I'm Kayaditi, and this is Mars Gardens All Holes in One, Easy. This course, I don't know, is technical the right word? Like, there's definitely an approach at all the holes, rather than like, a lot of random rocks, like in Journey to the Center of the Earth or whatever. So it's a fun, different approach to take to it. And a lot of these, I go ahead and do more than one hole in one. This, of course, is a more normal path to take. But honestly, I thought of it second. This was the first thing I thought to do. I'm not sure why. So on 3, I wouldn't try that in game as my go-to shot to go straight across because it does want to jump out the back. But I wanted to see if it could be done. In game, I'd really go more to the side just to play it a little safer. This was the first one that started to give a challenge. I was like trying to bounce over the picnic blanket area or something. But right there on that spot. On 5, definitely that just right speed, right angle. But the nice part is about this, you see that line? There's a long line, just kind of a long smudge or whatever in that. And if you just aim right to that where it almost goes to the top, it's perfect. And I did it several times and it was real consistent. 6, you can go to the left or the right. It's just a matter of which one seems easier to you. For me, I actually thought left was faster to get, a little easier to get. Could be that is because it's kind of smaller. But I went ahead and did the right as well. The angles on the right wanted to throw it out for me a little more often, I think. I could be wrong. Both of them, they didn't take super long, so maybe not enough tries to really say that. Now 7, you gotta hit it a little harder than you think, probably. I mean, at least for me and my husband, just because it's steep. And so it takes a little more force to get it up and over to keep it out of the water. Of course, I just had to have this shot. I was like, I will go back in and I will have my dunk. 8, got that nice little bridge there. You can whip it around the back. I just kind of avoided the little fins there, but the fins kind of help roll you in the right area if you get in them. So that's all good. But you can always shortcut it. It does hop real nicely over to the side, quite consistently actually. See right there where the green starts to separate away from the wall on the floor? That's where you want to hit. 9, of course, is just that right strength to pop it up there. 10, if you go real gentle on 10 like that, it'll just kind of roll over the top. Reminds me of Zazura, when you have to go down and roll just a little bit over that little lip at the end. If you go a little harder, you might could do that. And if you miss, it just bounces into the 3rd area. Got more of the little turning fins. So on this one, you can use them or not. If you use them, do it when the whole concave part is like facing you, and then hit towards the back. And as it's turning, that's what's going to bump it in the right direction. I thought, well, maybe. Kind of wonder who designed 12. Right there. That robot goes like right through you when you're standing at T. Scared the crap out of me like 4 different times. I don't love that. So 12. And just kind of bounce it over those first 2 little curves. Just kind of go down the center. 13. Use that little curve to guide you on around. kind of popped it over the back and then got it to follow the inner curve, and that was pretty consistent. But notice this. See that bush right there, that giant cabbage head? You go right through it. It's not going to bounce your ball off. So you can actually just pop it up over the side and end up in that area. I dunked it, but you can do it softer and get in the area. So that's kind of a little secret thing. 14. I put 2 holes in one in here. They look very similar, just because it was a very consistent path. Went at them a little differently on the front, but both of them came back around. 15's got that nice little path in the back behind the tree that you can follow to go around. It does want to wobble out if you don't get just kind of the right speed. But honestly, I didn't notice it right away. So the first one I did was this. And I was like, oh, that's such a beautiful shot. I love the little double dunk there, kind of boop, boop. And then I was like, oh wait, there's a path. So on 15, I hit that hard enough to kind of tap almost up against the back, and that makes it come down faster to get into the correct slot. Holes in one, just sometimes, not all the time, but also just this, the very first time I tried it, it was a hole in one. I was like, oh, well, okay. You can kind of see it on my face. I was like, well then. I'll take that. Got another nice little path built right in for you. Definitely the way to go on 17 for sure. And I thought, this, maybe? I popped it out, it would like bounce out of it several times, but like these 3 little dots I'm pointing at, it's like Orion's belt, right? The constellation. If you aim like right at that little thing, it'll take it right to the right area, but it usually will bounce out the back if you're not trying to get that hole in one. So 18, you got that nice path again. You think, oh look, but it's too fast. And so if you hit it in there hard, it whips around the back. Far more likely to get the hole in one in my experience. I putted that little narrow one up the front like 40 times, and it always would pop out. But that one came around and got in the area. I mean, both of them are going to put you in the area. So honestly, whichever one you hit's great. But if you want the hole in one, you're going to have more likely to succeed off the back. Oh, for hole in fun. Didn't have enough time in there to do that in a hurry. But you got the soccer ball you can play with. There's, look at banana. They're warning you. There are bananas, tiny skulls, a skeleton. They're all in there. I do not do spoilers here. But go looking for these things. Read all the little notes. They're hilarious. And thanks for watching, and I hope you're enjoying Mars Gardens.